Case 3B calling M9. Priority 1. The United Nations mediator due in New York will be assassinated within hours of his arrival. This is the first of a series of killings planned by an organization centered in Tokyo.
Mr. Edwards? Mr. Edwards? Mr. Edwards? Mr. Edwards? British Embassy car and me at your service, Mr. Edwards.
Oh, yes. Who exactly at the embassy arranged this meeting?
Mr. Potter, MBE, the cultured attaché. This way, sir.
Mr. Potter. Potter.
I thought it best to meet someone like here, Drake.
Oh, yes, for secrecy's sake.
Yes, of course.
Sending an embassy car and driver, that's model security practice too, isn't it?
Oh, yes, thank you. We go out of our way to help you chaps, Drake.
Edwards, I'm supposed to be a radio reporter while I'm here. Ako Nakamura, our principal representative in Tokyo, was, to say the least of it, interrupted during a broadcast. What do you know about that?
She died of a heart attack.
Did she? Potter, the girl's last message was graded priority 1. You know what that classification means. What else do you know?
Oh, nothing, old boy. She was your department, not ours. I say, what did she report before she died?
That's my department.
Well, understood. Anything else I can do to help you?
Yes, make out a report to London. A long one.
All right, Drake. Edwards. But perhaps this will convince you I can be of some assistance to Lone Wolf from London. Obtained, I might tell you, not without some difficulty. Good day to you.
Okay.
Listen, sir. I am Tanaka, but you, I think, are not Mr. Basil Edwards, reporter for the British Radio News. An embassy car would not be sent to meet such a man, and such a man would not meet our Mr. Potter in a gramophone store.
Indeed.
Anytime you need me, I am at your secret service.
A contact is invaluable to a reporter.
You are from Frand in England?
He who may not be named.
When you see, tell him, please, affection more strong with passing years.
He told me before I left London.
Oh, London. Lights on River of Thames. Beautiful. I know. Have seen.
Sir, may I ask, is it possible for you
I know. Have seen all of London. Long years before.
Sir, this matter is very urgent. May
London,
I ask...
one time. Biggest city in world. Now, Tokyo.
I know. Have seen.
Oh.
Our friend in London, he says to me, if I wish to know anything in Tokyo, I come to you.
During tea.
Old English custom.
Very old Japanese custom also. Now, what do you wish to know?
Sir, may I ask, have you any knowledge of this? Found close to the body of a young lady of courage and intelligence.
Emblem of ancient murder brotherhood. They believe in poetry of death. They were artists in assassination.
By ancient, do you mean disbanded?
Outlawed and destroyed when England very young.
Revived very recently. Ako Nakamura was onto them.
Do not know what last fatal message was, but can tell how it was sent. Granddaughter, create flowers which speak.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Ako Nakamura.
It sounds like a department store.
No, it's a girl, as a matter of fact. I was given this address.
Well, it's obviously the wrong address, sir. Mr.
Edwards, Basil Edwards, radio reporter, here to cover the Festival of Fragrance. Nothing to declare apart from a tape recorder made in Japan.
Well, Mr. Edwards, I don't know who occupied this apartment before me, much less where she's gone.
Oh, dear, what a pity.
Oh, but wait a minute. I might be able to help you. Won't you come in?
Well, it's very kind of you.
Oh, by the way, I'm Rosemary Riley.
How do you do?
That's Chabot music. I'm doing postgraduate research into kabuki theatre. Oh, it's fascinating, isn't it? And it's quite different to ours.
Yes, I must apologize for interrupting your studies.
Oh, that's all right. Kabuki's been around for 400 years. I suppose you only have a few days to trace.
Ako Nakamura. It's just a social visit. A mutual friend asked me to say hello.
Yes, well, even that's difficult if you can't speak the language. That's where I can help. Maybe our porter knows where your Madam Butterfly's flown.
Yeah.
This could take some time. Our porter's brain cells were not included in the modernization of Japan. Mushi Mushi? Nakamura Ako-san no Atolashi addresso Nakamura Ako-san no Atolashi addresso Shirimafenka. No. Nakamura Ako-san no Atolashi addresso Shirimafenka. Nakamura Ako. Nakamura Ako. Arigato. Sorry, Mr. Edwards, but he's not even sure where he is.
Oh, dear, what a pity. Oh, well, thanks for all your trouble. I'll be leaving you in peace now. Thank you very much indeed. Goodbye.
done, Rosemary. You handled that like a veteran secret agent.
You know, I thought it was going to be thrilling meeting a real-life traitor, but, well, I don't know.
And I'm afraid I'm going to ask you to do more. Though what I've done for you in return seems so little.
Why, you've opened up a whole new world for me. Well, I think it's so wonderful that a man like you finds time. Well, not to mention being head of military intelligence here in Japan.
Yes, well, you flatter me inordinately.
Do you speak English? I have come for 24 red tulips, Japanese style. Thank you. Opposition established identity of woman agent K3B. Am penetrating their organization. Do not attempt to contact me through Potter or otherwise. Drake. Thank you. The tulips were perfect. Good night.
Well, did you net Madam Butterfly?
Miss Riley, is it not?
Mr. Edwards, it is for sure.
Yes, I've a terrible head for names.
Well, you remembered a difficult Japanese one, so I'm not flattered. What did you find, Miss Nakamura?
No, I'm not very tenacious about that sort of thing, and in any case, I'm here to do a radio program to cover the Festival of Fragrance.
Well, in the library?
But I'm looking for an angle, as they say in journalism. I came across this marvelous book here, Japanese Insignia, wonderful designs. It's so fascinating that I'm hoping what I seek is on the very last page.
But you could look at the last page now.
Very practical suggestion. I don't think as quickly as that, which is why I probably never made the transition from radio to television.
Well, what is the particular one you're looking for?
Oh, there's just one here. Can you identify it?
Well, it's very old. Kamakura period, possibly.
Oh, you sound an expert.
Oh, I'm not, but I know someone who is. Mr. Sanders, he's an Englishman. Well, he knows so much about Japan. He's been here for years. Well, I met him at a kabuki performance, and well, he's been so helpful with my studies. This man knows absolutely everything about Japanese art, history, music, oh, and especially the theater.
Hmm? Oh, Rosemary, my dear, what an enchanting surprise.
I want you to meet Basil Edwards from England. He's a radio reporter.
Easy. Oh, how nice. Delighted.
Nigel Sanders.
How do you do? Miss Wiley tells me you know all there is to know about Japan.
Well, I think Miss Riley tends to be a little over-generous, but possibly I can be of service to you. Look, won't you sit down?
Thank you very much. Well, this is sort of Greek to me. Glad I didn't say that on the air. It's the sort of colloquial absurdism that gives a broadcaster nightmares.
Yes, I can well imagine, Mr. Edwards. Tell me, are you then making a radio program about kabuki?
No, just a little general information, a sort of crash course is all I require.
Oh, yes, I see. Mind you, I don't approve the contemporary vulgarism of dispensing capsules of instant knowledge, but please ask me any questions you wish.
I hear there are no actresses in kabuki.
You have heard quite correctly. The queen there is being played by a man.
How long do they rehearse?
So far, for 4 centuries.
Yes, I understand their plays are obsessed with violence.
Oh, no, not at all, Mr. Edwards. Rather, are they obsessed with art and find it in every aspect of life and death, as you will now see.
What are we going to see?
Koroshi, a murder scene. You are about to see the poetry of death.
Well, how did that strike you?
Oh, not so very strange. The scene was rather familiar, as a matter of fact.
Well, not surprising. It's the kabuki version of Hamlet.
Oh, yes, of course, yes.
If you're interested, Mr. Edwards, I should be delighted to escort you backstage.
Oh, that's marvelous. I get more interested by the minute.
Yes, well, come along then, this way.
Sure. Yes.
I'd like you to have a look at the wardrobe. Kabuki costume is quite unique. Each design has a special significance in relation to the character portrayed. These costumes are very old and valuable and are made of the finest silk. It's probably one of the best collections in Japan. Now, this costume here is called suo. It is called suo because of the wind, bat-like sleeves which carry the insignia. Arigato. A phone call, would you excuse me?
Yes, of course.
Patience, supreme virtue.
Sir, time is short.
But tea excellent for digestion. So, now you have fire which guides. May it lead you well and safely. Give to number one, granddaughter. She will take.
wasn't meant to live through it, was he?
Rosemary, my dear, I'm extremely sorry that you become involved in this very sordid business.
Yes, but to trap a human being, to kill him.
Please, Rosemary, I sympathize with your feelings. But you must realize that Edwards is a double agent of the most dangerous kind.
My dear, this has a built-in radio bug, so that you could lead him straight to us. Take a look round.
Isn't that proof enough for you? Come on, I'll drive you home.
Rendezvous in an hour.
Okay. To the memory of the charming Miss Rosemary.
I'll get you a drink. Rosemary, I want you to stay here till you hear from me. And please, on no account, answer the door to anyone. All right?
Koroshi, a murder scene, starring you.
Why?
Always eliminate an innocent dupe. Mr. Saunders is a murderer. The girl who lived here before you was killed in exactly the same way. Mr. Saunders enjoys the poetry of death, both on and off stage. But don't worry, I too can say it with flowers.
Is he following?
Like a fish on the hook.
Any second now.
Let the Brotherhood renew its resolve. We dedicate ourselves to the restoration of leadership to those born to lead.
Leadership.
To the past and its spirit of chivalry. To death as the instrument of our policy. That government by the people shall perish from the earth.
Fortune.
The honor is yours.
To be the executioner of the first one is the greatest honor.
I have condemned the United Nations mediator. The place, New York. The method, the blow of oblivion.
She was on her way to the embassy.
Never mind that. Who warned you?
Your so-called traitor.
He is dead, and now you die.
In my case, Mr. Saunders, the poetry of death did not rhyme. Aha! Tell your boys to be careful. So far, they've only murdered girls with gas pellets. I've no doubt you will kill me, whatever happens, Mr. Saunders, but I wonder if just one of your chivalrous brothers in murder could manage it by himself.
You deal with him, and don't be long.
Take one of their cars and get out.
a sandwich, a magazine, a Japanese phrase book. Is there nothing I can do for you?
No, thank you, because nobody can bring a certain young lady of courage and intelligence back to life.
Passengers holding red boarding cards, please proceed to channel number 3 for customs and immigration clearance.
Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Tanaka.
Goodbye, Mr. Edwards.